It is Richard Staskowski. Next on the field, he is looking for win number 9. It is Dwayne Dorr from Ledyard, Connecticut, driving the 15. 11th starting position will go to the number 80. Roots Auto Repair, Paul Burdick Oil bring us Old Saybrook's Norm Root Jr. Next, making his first appearance this year, driving the number 4 LaJoy's Auto Parts and Allen Channel bring us Norwalk, Connecticut's Mark LaJoy. 13th on our field will be the number 11. It is Jack Aquilina from Oakdale, Connecticut. Starting 14th will be the number 55. That is Stratford, Connecticut's Joe Babalacco, U.S. Foods sponsored job. The 15th entry is the number 99. That is Groton, Connecticut's Joseph Coates. Next will be the number 18. That is Josh Galvin from Gales Ferry, Connecticut, Uncasville Oil, Jeff and Cindy Angel, Ultimate Signs, Galvin Home Improvement, Sandkill Academy of Karate, and Manchester Recycling, sponsoring the Gales Ferry driver. 17th on our field will be the number 69 from New Haven, Connecticut. That is Ken Woodward Jr. Next we have Unionville, Connecticut's Travis Robinson driving the 02. 19th starter will be the number 84, Reynolds Renovating, Thunder Performance, Stratford Bait and Tackle for Fairfield, Connecticut's Ed Giles. Then we have the number 12 machine, that is Kevin Williams, the 81 of Jesse Smith, the 36 of Roger Perry, and scratch on the field, the 10 of Daryl Carlson.
So it's Jim Warner turning him loose, and a good battle right from the very beginning between Joe Berthollet and Bill Gersh.
Gersh to the outside. He will look to grab the lead. He does so down the backstretch. Berthollet in second. Puglisi and Curioso now battle for the third position.
Puglisi has the upper hand as they scorch their way across the start-finish line. Curioso trailing Puglisi by a half a car length. Then in 5th place, making a move, is Al Stone, the 3rd.
Stone now sits in the 5th place. Here comes Richard Staskowski on the outside. He looks for 6th, and in his wake is the 80 of Norm Root as they look to get by the 85 of Greg Butler.
Staskowski makes contact against the wall, is able to right the ship. Here is Butler trying to gnarl his way underneath him, is unable to make it stick.
The top 7 run single file. Now Norm Root to the outside. He looks to get the pass by Butler. Right there is Ronnie Oldham, and Dwayne Dorr sits all the way back in position number 10.
Maybe the 2 most accomplished drivers in the division are Norm Root Jr. and Dwayne Dorr, and right now they're blasting their way through the field, approaching the number 6 car of Richard Staskowski. But it has been easy street for Bill Gersh. Berthollet gets a little dangerously wide coming off the 4th corner. Advantage Curioso on the bottom.
Curioso looks to get the spot away from Berthollet, but Berthollet gets a power surge. He will sit in the 2nd spot. Curioso 3rd, Puglisi 4th, and we have Al Stone in the 52. He sits 5th.
Here comes Curioso. Contact as a car is stranded at
off turn number 4. Green flag in the air, and we are back racing, and it is Gersh with the jump, the lead, and he holds it in turn number 1. Berthollet 2nd, and the battle between Curioso and Puglisi down the backstretch.
So those two have battled for the first 5 laps. Puglisi by eyelashes getting the jump. Trouble for Norm Root. He wanders all over the racetrack and is able to get it together.
At the front of the field, Bill Gersh leads the charge. Joe Berthollet in tow. He sits in the 2nd spot. Now Puglisi has won the battle between Curioso. He's 3rd. Curioso 4th. Al Stone and Richard Staskowski battle for 5th and 6th.
And look who is behind them. The man with 8 victories, Dwayne Dorr in car number 15. He now takes off on the outside of Stone. Here he comes, Dwayne Dorr, streaking his way to the front.
Dorr looks to make the pass on the 52 of Al Stone as they come off turn number 4. In front of him is the 6 of Staskowski, and now Curioso and Puglisi are back to battle for the 3rd position.
As Dorr almost made the move around Staskowski at the same time, Staskowski looking for protection, trying to get underneath John Puglisi. Big lead for Bill Gersh, going for his 2nd win of the year, but the action is for 4th, 5th, and 6th as Dwayne Dorr trying every trick he has in his manual to get by the combination of Richard Staskowski in car number 6 and John Puglisi in car number 43.
Staskowski has gained the 4th spot, but for how long now? As Dorr is to the inside of the 6 machine. Dorr looks to work his way underneath that machine, that number 6, down the backstretch. It's Dorr by inches, but Staskowski has yet to give up that spot.
We have seen this before from Dwayne Dorr as he blasts his way through the field. He is now into 4th place, but there's a long way to go between him and our leader, the 86 of Bill Gersh. In 2nd, Joe Berthollet, and this would be a career run for him in car number 14, but the brightest blip on the radar screen. Dorr, the tightest racing, is for 5th and 6th, and Puglisi is able to bang his way from the 6 of Staskowski and get a tender advantage.
Puglisi and Staskowski run side by side in turn number 3. Right behind them is Norm Root as he pressures the back bumper of Puglisi off turn number 4, and quite a battle between Al Stone and the 83 of Ronnie Oldham.
And Stone gets the best in that one.
Trouble for the leader, Matt. It's the 86 of Gersh up in turn number 2 as that car will come to a stop.
And let's see if it looks like that car is not moving. And it is an unfortunate circumstance for Gersh. Now he starts to get it rolling. Now 7 laps to go. Berthollet versus Curioso.
Berthollet with the jump and the lead on Curioso as they go into turn number 1. And following him is the 15 of Dorr. He looks to wedge underneath the 38 of Curioso down the backstretch.
Here comes Curioso on the outside. Will he be hung out to dry, or can he make a move on Berthollet? Dwayne Dorr is in his hip pocket. Now Dorr moves into 2nd. Berthollet stands between him and his 9th victory of the season.
Dorr now looks to the inside of Berthollet as they go down the backstretch. Curioso in the 3rd spot. He will fight with Dorr for 2nd. Berthollet looks to get away from the 2nd and 3rd place runners. Yellow as the 83 of Oldham is in the backstretch wall.
And his headaches continue as he was in the paddock in our last yellow flag start. To tell you about it, Dave Barabalt.
Berthollet and Dorr drag race to the green flag. Berthollet with a jump and the 14 machine is in the lead. And now Dorr with problems. He will fall off the pace and further back in the field.
Dorr is all the way to the 15th position. Something happened on the restart. Dwayne Dorr is in trouble. Joe Berthollet is in the lead with 4 laps to go.
And he has Joe Curioso and Richard Staskowski hot on his tail. Berthollet will go down the backstretch. Curioso looks to get a run. Now he'll give him a little nudge. In turn number 3, Curioso looks to the inside of Berthollet.
Could this be a slingshot move? Trouble Berthollet. Sideways. He is losing control. He has lost the lead as Joe Curioso takes over.
And he will look to hang on to the 2nd spot as now Richard Staskowski and Norm Root make the 14 under battle. It is Staskowski in 3rd, and Berthollet, he'll slide one more time up the embankment. It's Staskowski in 2nd.
And that slide costs him a top 5 run. It is Curioso out in front, trying to get his first victory of the year. Richard Staskowski, who has been fast all season long, trying to make a comeback with 2 laps to go.
It is Joe Curioso off turn number 4 with the lead. Richard Staskowski tries to slice into it as they go into turn number 1. Norm Root runs 3rd. 4th is the 52 of Al Stone. Now Jack Aquilina has gotten by the 14 of Berthollet. The top 7 run single file. In turn number 4, Dwayne Dorr gets into the 38 of Curioso as they try to put him a lap down, but Curioso continues to hold on to the lead. It is Joe Curioso down the backstretch. Richard Staskowski, the 80 of Root, 3 cars. Now here comes Root looking to powerbomb on the outside, go all the way around, down to the stripe, heading for the checkered flag. It's the 38 of Joe Curioso. In 2nd spot will be the number 6 of Richard Staskowski, the 80 of Norm.
And the first person to shake his hand is Richard Staskowski. So Rich, a great gesture of sportsmanship for the driver of car number 6. And now it'll be Joe Curioso climbing out of the car. Here's our winner, Joe Curioso. Well, Joe, with 5 laps to go, it looked like you were going to settle for a 3rd place finish. Then a lot of stuff happened. What lifted you to the front?
Well, I don't know. We weren't too good on restarts, but once we got going, it was pretty good. Once I calmed down, I ran my own line. It was a good car. Slowed down a little at the end there, trying to protect the bottom, and it worked.
And then when Joe Berthollet got a little wide in turn number 4, you were in a perfect position to take over the lead.
Yeah, I was watching for a couple laps there. He was getting real loose, and he was trying to protect the bottom, but the top being so loose, he was really trying to pull it down. But, you know, we're just fortunate to get here. We're happy to be here in Victory Lane, and you know, can't beat this. I gotta thank everybody. I gotta thank my dad, my girlfriend Kathy, Ron, Andy, John, Lori. I gotta thank North End Deli, Mohawk Northeast, Yankee Remodeler, BMW Marine Repair, Full Art USA for the great graphics, and AP, Actually Performance Engine, for giving me the steam to get this done.
And there was plenty of steam tonight, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time in 2006, the winner of our 20-lap Sportsman feature, Joe Curioso. So Joe won the final race of last season, visits Victory Lane for the first time tonight. So it just was a spectacular night of motorsports.